Hey guys, I'm going to shoot a quick video about how to tape parts together for music. You know, like a band or big band or, trumpet part, violin part. And a couple people have asked me how to do this, and there may be other tutorials online, but I thought I'd make my own and how I do it. So, anyway, it's very important you wear a black shirt when you're doing it. Just kidding. Anyway, here we go. So imagine this is a part, a musical part. I don't know, trumpet, trombone, violin, whatever. So you have a title. Here, can you see that? Title page, page 2, 3, 4. We got the title page, which is page 1. Okay, first of all, get your parts there. Grab page 1, page 2, lay them together. Oh, I gotta pause for a minute. Okay, continuing from the last video, I missed a couple of items that you'll need for it, which I should probably go back and cover for right now. So you will need, or I recommend, this is 3/4 inch paper tape, and it's by a brand called Short Tape, which, you know, if you go on Amazon and look for 3/4 inch paper tape on Amazon, to search it with Short Tape, that's like SHURTAPE, you should be able to find it. It's a little on the expensive side. You can also find this at a place called filmtools.com, where they actually have a physical store in Burbank. You can go and buy it there, but there may be other places you can buy this. I did those. That's where I get it from, and it's expensive, but I just go ahead and save myself the hassle of looking for it somewhere else, and that's what I use. This is 3/4 inch, and you can use 1/2 inch, which is probably more the industry standard. I like the 3/4 inch because, as you'll see later, centering the tape on the page is not easy, at least not for me, and I find that the wider tape gives me a greater margin of error. Is that the right term? So if I'm a little bit off, there's a wider bit of tape to kind of fix my mistake and make sure that the tape is centered in between the parts. Okay, so anyway, there's that. I also have this regular 3M Scotch tape. This is the 810 size, so I believe that's 3/4 inch. It doesn't really matter, but this is a good one to use. So I've got that, and you can use any roll. This roll I have here is probably 50, 60 years old. I inherited it. Anyway, it's fine. So, and then another item is a blade like this, something like this with a handle would be great, but I know some people that use something as simple as this, just that you'll need that to cut your tape. Okay, so anyway, that's everything you need as far as material. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the first page here. So what you want to do is you want to lay the parts down, and this is probably hard to see because my desk is white, but you want to try to lay it down so there's about 1/8 of an inch in between. You kind of, it's never going to be perfect, but you want about, you don't want to just butt them up together. You want about 1/8 of an inch in between the pages. Okay, so that's about what I got here. So next thing I'm going to do is grab the Scotch tape, put my fingers down like this, and put it. Oh. See, that's what happens. Okay, so you put it like that. Okay, let me get another piece of tape here. So like this across there, just to keep them together. So now they're somewhat locked in place. All right. So now the next thing you want to do, grab your paper tape like this. Now notice this page 1, page 2, I'm taping on the front, and you'll see why. You'll see why I'm doing this. Okay, so now here's the thing where other people are going to say that's not the way to do it, but this is how I do it for my parts, and it works for me. But this is pretty much how it's done. So what you want to do is center as much as possible in between that seam, and sometimes you can see it through the tape, and sometimes you can't. And right now my light is low because for the video, if I have it too high, it doesn't look good. So anyway, even if I kind of screw this up, this is the idea. So I'm going to go down And now see, I can see the seam through the tape. So now I got it pretty well centered. That was a pretty good run there. So now I'm going to grab this knife, or or you could use the blade, whichever you like or want to use. And right here, holding my finger down like this, and at the edge of your desk, and hopefully, or you can have a protector for your desk, or a desk you don't care about cutting. This desk is 30 years old. I don't care. I love this desk. I just don't. It doesn't matter to me to if I cut the edge. So hold it down, get the blade, and scrape it across the end like that. So pretty much you've cut the tape, and well, I went over a little bit, but if you get a good cut, it should be right up, lined up with the edge of that page. Okay. So there's page 1, and you'll see I have a little bit hanging over here. So I have a couple options. I can go there and cut it off, with scissors or whatever. But I'm going to show you another way that I've seen other copyists do that, so that they don't waste time cutting these edges off. They save that for last, and there's a technique they use to fix that. Okay, so there's page 1 and 2. Here's 3. Now here's the part that people, most people, I don't know, I'm not saying anything about other people, they might think, oh, let's put the tape here. Nope, that's not what you do. You take the whole thing like this, flip it over, okay, and you can see there's our page 3. Here's 1 and 2 that are already done, and we're just going to do the exact same thing that we did, okay? And just so you all know, I don't like copying parts, I mean taping parts, but this is what I was taught by a pretty well-known copyist how to do it. And so I'm just showing you how it's done, and I'm not a professional copyist or part taper, but this is something I've learned, and I know this is the best way. Okay, so there we go. Hold those down, put your tape across, boom, like that. And just same thing with the tape. Grab it, just maybe you can get a like this that will spool it out for you, but this is what I have. This is what I just grab it like this. So again, same thing, line it up. Don't worry too much about this end if you're hanging over, because I'll show you how to fix that later. So here we go. I'm going to go for it. This is the part I hate. It's just like, it's an estimation of getting it right on the center. You can't, once you go like this, you can't see the seam. So you go, you kind of estimate, and it's sort of, okay, boom, okay. So that was pretty good. You can see the seam right here. I'm a little bit farther on that side, a little bit less on this side. That's good enough for me. And it's good enough for the part. It's going to work. So go back here with my blade and slice that, okay. So, the other thing is kind of press down. I'm going to go back to this one, kind of press it down. Make sure it's secure. Now, you'll see why I taped it like that. Because now, in a band book, typically, if it's a 3-page part, and I'll show you, I have a 4th page as an example, but the idea about taping, alternating the side you're taping on, is because when you put the part into the book and fold it, you will crease it, fold it like that, and go like that, okay? And now, with the 3rd page, you'll crease it like this, okay? So now, you've got the tape doesn't have any sticky edges on the outside. Same thing over here. So what I learned the hard way, when you tape it everything like this and you start folding it, you end up on the alternating pages that have the sticky side of the tape. And after a while, sometimes people will try to open the part and it sticks together, or it sticks to other parts in the book. And if you're on a gig and you call the tune and the band's trying to pull their parts apart because they're sticking together, or they're sticking to other parts, that's valuable time that's wasted, okay? Or it's just a hassle. So here you got the part taped, no stickiness on the outside, and normally, see the sticky part here, because it's folded over, it's not a problem when it's put back in the book. When it's open, it's no big deal, okay? So that's mostly what you have to do. But now, just if you have a 4th part, I'm not even going to do it, but now the 4th part, you will tape it like this. So basically, you are always taping odd odd to even if you get lost in your, you know, if you have a 20-page chart, you know, if you, whatever, you know, you want to always have your tape on the front side from an odd to an even page. Okay, so you from 3 and 4 you apply the same technique of taping that you did between 1 and 2. Okay, and just on and on. It's the same thing. You just alternate the side where you apply the tape, so that, you know, when you fold it, boom, you got a nice. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is, see how the tape is sticking out on the end like that? Now imagine if you had a multiple part where you had many pages like this. Okay, so all you do is fold the part up like this, and I've seen people do this just to take care of the problem quickly. You don't even have to try to line up your scissors. You can just go like this at an angle, and it sort of just nips it in the bud, just like that. So you cut off the corner, and on a multiple page part, it's like, yeah, you know, you see you got a little bit, you know, but anyway, it sort of solves the problem, and I probably went a little too far, but you see now you got no tape sticking that out there, and so that takes care of that side. If on the other side where you know, taped it, you know, if you have anything over, you can apply the same technique and just cut it here, but normally it's not as much of a problem. As you can see, you got a little bit sticking up there, but, you know, as I said, I'm not a professional copyist or taper, but I know that this is the technique, and I think I covered everything. It's a pretty simple process, but just warning you, it can be pretty tedious if you have a long part, and that's why I'm not in love with it. And I have other methods I'm starting to use where I don't even do this. Is I will create a booklet system using 11 by 17 paper, and I have a long ass stapler like this, you know, but that's a whole other, that'll be another tutorial if I do it. But it's tricky to print your parts the way the way a booklet would be. That's the part that's tricky. But there's a program you can use, and also if you use Sibelius, I think, well, maybe not, I don't know, but Sibelius you can do 2-up parts on 11 by 17 paper. So I mean, that's another thing. I could, you know, you could do 2-up so that you're using 11 by 17 paper, but, you know, you can only do two pages at a time. So in other words, these first 2 pages could have been printed 2-up with Sibelius, or with this other program I use. You can do that, because I've tried to. The problem is, if you make a PDF and you try to print it 2-up on, you know, and do a landscape setting with 11 by 17 paper, I have not been able to do that using just Preview, a standard PDF program. It doesn't work for me. You know, maybe you guys know how to do that. I've tried. It doesn't line up correctly. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this helped you. And like and subscribe, and I'm going to have more videos with my band rehearsals and stuff like that. So I'll talk to you guys later.